There is one part of the South Island that I hadn't explored until a couple of months ago. It was just after Christmas that I fully explored the Catlins. And when I explore a place, I really want to explore it. I want to get in there and I want to find all of the secret spots. And there was one whole area in the northern reaches of the Catlins that was like this kind of Catlins Forest Park area, this big forested area that you can look at on the map. And I was looking at it like, I want to go in there. That's where I want to be. I'm going to go find a trail and I'm going to run it to explore this forest. So I went driving there and I was aware of this river trail, right? This track that went by the river, and my plan was to find that and go running down that to explore this forest. Well, I went driving into this forest and, I was driving along the road. It was really beautiful. And the road got smaller and smaller and it became a gravel road. And, I was looking for a car park and I was like driving along, confident that surely there'd be a car park coming up soon. And I eventually found a car park and I parked my car. It was by this campsite. And I wandered around looking for this river trail, but I just couldn't find it. And then I decided to keep running down the road a little bit to find some kind of trail in the bush. But I ended up on this gravel road and I wasn't really feeling in an adventurous spirit, because you want to be in the bush, you want to be on a trail, not on a gravel road. And so I went back to my car and decided to continue driving down the gravel road looking for this river trail to go running down, to feel adventurous, right? And the road continued to get thinner and thinner. And what happened was there started to appear really big potholes. And so I was driving slower and my car was going like this, dooga-dooga-doom, dooga-dooga-doom, as my wheels navigated these big potholes. And I was trying to, swerve around them, but there wasn't much give on the sides of the road. And as I continued on, the road became ever thinner and the sides of the road became really overgrown. And in fact, even there was the central strip right in the middle of the road of this overgrown grass that was kind of rising up and it was hitting beneath my car. I could hear it as I was driving over it, right? I could hear it. And, I was in the bush at this point and I was like, this road, I feel like it goes somewhere. Surely it goes somewhere. Like, this can't be just some dead-end road. There was no sign that told me this is a dead-end road, don't go down there. Or neither was there a sign that said, this is a road for four-wheel drives only. Right? I'm just a normal car. Can I go down this road? I guess. I don't know. I'm down there. I'm heading down there now, and there was no way to turn around. It was such a tight road. It was getting narrower and narrower as I kind of ventured further into the forest. And the potholes got bigger and bigger, and the car continued to rock back and forth as I tried to pass over the potholes without getting stuck. And there were puddles in the potholes, and my car was just getting thrashed around. And I gradually started to think like, this is sketchy. I don't like this road. This road is quite unfriendly. And I continued forward. I had no opportunity to turn back. And in fact, at a certain point, I saw this car coming from the other way, and I managed to, scoot my car to the side to let this other one come through. The man behind the wheel didn't seem to look at me or communicate any message like, turn back now while you can, buddy. No, he just kept driving forward, rocking back and forth, and then passed me on his way. And I was looking like, well, okay, he didn't signal to me like, don't continue down this road, it's a dead end or anything. So I guess it's okay, but his car is like mine and he's heading the other way. So I don't know, I'll continue forward. There's surely got to be some kind of exit. There's surely got to be some kind of way out of this road, or at least a car park, so I can go on this run. Well, the adventure had turned from a run into a car mission, and I was in that car. So we continued on, me and my car. And my car was getting grumpy because it was, it was being beaten around. The road continued to get narrower and narrower. The forest grew around me, overgrown shrubs on the side of the road, hitting the sides of my car. I could hear it, And then as my car brushed over the middle strip, and the grass has hit the bottom of my car, The car was getting grumpy at me, I could sense the car was getting grumpy. And at a certain point, I pulled up, I stopped the car in the middle of the road and got out, and I was looking around like, this is sketchy as. My anxiety was building. I decided to keep going. There was a certain point where there was a little bit of space on the side of the road that I could pull in and I could use it as a turning point. But what did I do? I didn't heed the warning. My optimism, my belief that this road has to lead somewhere. If I just keep going down this road, there's going to be a way out. So guess what? I continued on. And the road at this point, it was hardly a road. It was the trail that I was seeking, the running trail that I was seeking, except I was in a car, not my running shoes with my running bag. I was in a car. And you can't just move a car you can't just turn a car around. It's not as easy. It's not like that. You need that bit of space. And I passed it by, and now I was continuing on. And there were so many overgrown shrubs over on the road, and my car was fully, it was fully just brushing up against the car, and I could hear scraping sounds and banging sounds, and it was just a mess. I was in trouble. The potholes got bigger, and eventually, 5 minutes down that road, past the part I could turn around, I encountered the biggest scar in the road. It was this big gash. It was this big, massive pothole, flooded. I stopped the car. There was no way I could have crossed that bit. My car would have got fully stuck in there. I got out of my car, and the engine was still going. The engine was revving, telling me that the car was communicating me. It was telling me, dude, what are you doing to me? I'm really injured. The car was genuinely injured. And I was, at this point, overcome with anxiety, realizing that I was in a pretty sticky situation. There was no way to turn around, and there was no way that I was going to navigate this, this big gash in the road. The car would have got stuck. I couldn't continue. So what did I do? There was only one thing I could do. Got back behind the wheel, took a big deep breath, and I said, okay, I have to get myself out of this sticky situation, and there's only one way to do it. I have to reverse back up this road that this road has been bullying my car. Potholes, overgrown shrubs on the side, this middle strip with these grass, hurting the car's underbelly, right? I have to navigate my way back, reversing the most tightest narrow road. By the way, on one side was this drop into the forest. It's all I could do. I only had one choice. I had to navigate my way back out. And so I put the car in reverse, and then, oh my gosh, I can't even see through the back screen because it's all dirty and muddy from all of the mud that I'd kicked up from this road, the gravel, the dust. I could hardly see, but I had to do it. I had to calm my nerves. I had to calm my anxiety and say, we got to get out of the situation. So I reversed my way back up. The scraping got worse. I had to navigate my way around those potholes, reversing. Oh my gosh, it was so stressful. Multiple times, the car scraped its way to a stop. I had to get out. I looked, the wheel was halfway submerged in the grass. And then I had to go forward again and then back again, forward again and then back again multiple times because it got stuck in the mud. The engine was firing up. It was angry. My car was angry at me at this point. Why'd you get me stuck in this situation? You're meant to be running down this path. You're meant to be exploring this forest as a runner, not in a car. Finally, we made it to that little bit on the side where I could turn around, but even that was a challenge. It was a 500-point turn, back and forth, turning the wheel. I made it. The car was 180 degrees the other way, and we were heading out of this thing. 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, 20, half an hour later, I don't even know. I lost track of time. I was so anxious. We made it out. I pulled up in the original car park by the campsite, got out of the car. The car was bruised and battered. It was injured. I'm sorry, car. I'm so sorry to put you through that. But I made it out. I made it out of the sticky situation. What's the lesson in all of this? Well, don't take your car down tight, narrow roads, and heed your intuition when it feels like you're going into some kind of situation and there is a chance to turn around. And your intuition is telling you, turn around, don't continue. You don't have to keep going. Turn around. I didn't turn around, I kept going. And then I encountered the crux. And when you encounter the crux, the point of no return, you stand before the point of no return before you cross it. That point of no return was that part in the road where if I crossed it, the car would have got stuck. And then imagine if the car got stuck. I have no idea. My imagination could not conceive how we would have even got the car out of that road. It would have been an absolute mess. I would have had to run back to find help, and then what would help do? I don't even know. Meanwhile, my car is stuck in the middle of a forest, wedged in there, lodged deep in the forest. How could a truck get it out? I don't know. I didn't even want to imagine how we would have got out of that situation. But thank God I was out of it. And so if you ever find yourself going into any situation in life, there is a point of no return, but you can stand before it and you can say, is it wise to continue? Is it wise to go down this path? This overgrown, pothole-filled path? No, there's a better road. There's a trail. There's a river. There's a forest to explore. We don't have to get stuck. Okay, that's the end of the story. Good luck, and I'll see you.